Alright, here's the Platinum Edition of 101 Dalmatians. This was released March 4th, 2008, and this is a great film. I mean, there are some problems with the narrative and the story, like it's a bit slack at times, but it's a great film. You know, it's like a mystery, except in Disney form. Great Xeroxed animation. Gives it a nice graphical style to it. Lots of great bonus features. My favorite one on here was Sincerely Yours, Walt Disney, which were the letters between him and the author of the original book, Dodie Smith. And I don't know why the CGI castle appears at the beginning of the film and at the end. Just kind of ruins it for me. And it comes in a nice slipcover, of course, like any good Platinum Edition. Yep, name there. Got this in 2009. I think it's in the vault now, or it's gonna go back in the vault. Usually it's 3 years or 2 years with these. You get your promo stuff in there, and take it out. You know, I show these things in full detail. I mean, these promo things are only like 3 years old, but you know, maybe they'll become collectible 10 years from now. Yep, there's Sleeping Beauty. That was the Platinum Edition that followed it, which I have, the Blu-ray version. This was the last Platinum Edition that was on DVD only. The next Platinum Edition, which was Sleeping Beauty, of course, would be available on DVD and Blu-ray. Same with Pinocchio, and then of course it was replaced by the Diamond Collection. So yeah, that's the Platinum Edition of 101 Dalmatians. Here's the Jungle Book Platinum Edition, released October 2nd, 2007, celebrating the film's 40th anniversary. This is a personal favorite of mine. I can acknowledge some of the flaws in the film, but I still really like it. Lots of nice bonus features on here, including the deleted scene with Rocky the Rhino, and some of the original concepts like the deleted songs and the original, much darker version of the film that Bill Peet had pitched to Disney, but Walt himself wasn't too crazy about it. The deleted songs on here give you a good idea of what the film could have been, along with some of the lost storyboards and all that. Very, very good DVD set. My only problem is the fact that the film is not presented in its original aspect ratio, and some bits of audio are missing. But that's common on some newer Disney DVDs, and even Blu-rays, like the DVD and Blu-ray of Pinocchio has a couple lines of dialogue missing, particularly on the Give a Little Whistle sequence, when during the part of the song when your whistle's weak, yell Jiminy Cricket, and Jiminy yells right after that. Right is not in there for some strange reason. I guess when creating a new mix, elements get lost or something, because you could tell that they were going the home theater mix route with Jungle Book, 101 Dalmatians, and Pinocchio's Platinum Editions. And you know, you got your promo stuff in here. You know, you get promo stuff. But yeah, Jungle Book, great film. I think this DVD went back in the vault, not too sure, but it's a great set nonetheless. Lots of great bonus features on it. I mean, it's really good for Walt Disney's last full-length animated feature. He certainly went out with a bang. Here's the Most Wanted edition of Robin Hood, released November 28th, 2006. And I got this in Disney World during my April 2007 trip, vacation. And it's a weak film in terms of the story and the characters, but it's still entertaining. It's kind of like a guilty pleasure in a way. And the film reuses too much animation, that's for sure. Comes with a nice shiny slipcover. And here we got the disc. And, you know, a little booklet, promotional stuff like Cheetah Girls too. Heh. One was enough. Sorry, not a big fan of, you know, the stuff on the Disney Channel. Not a big fan of that at all. But that's just me. Anyways, there's some special features on here. I mean, it's got a deleted scene that's pretty cool. But what I'd like to see is the fully animated deleted scene that got cut at last minute of King Richard showing up and Trigger and Nutsy freaking out when he comes into the room because he looks mighty angry. But that scene was seen on one of the Disney Family album episodes, but I've never seen it anywhere else. It was somebody uploaded that episode to YouTube, and it wasn't there. So one of these days, I'm going to end up seeing that fully animated, deleted scene of King Richard walking into the room and triggering Nutsy. I mean, it's a bit similar to the deleted scene on this, but it's fully animated. It's not a storyboard. It's too bad that sequence ended up getting cut because they were saving on money at the time. And you could tell because of the fact that the film reuses animation so much. But that's the Robin Hood Most Wanted edition. Here we got the Beauty and the Beast Special Edition. This is the second Platinum Edition after Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. This was released October 8th, 2002. The Special Edition of Beauty and the Beast added a musical sequence, Human Again. And this was released in IMAX theaters, I think in early 2002 or maybe late 2001. I prefer the original cut, if you ask me. I mean, I do like the Human Again sequence, but I like the original cut. Maybe because it's the one I grew up with, I don't know. And, there's a lot of complaints, when this came out over the color of the film and over some shots that were redone. I mean, if it was the director's choice to revise it, revisionism, then I guess it's okay. I mean, if somebody else was tampering with it, then I'd be upset. I mean, feel free to disagree, but if that was the filmmaker's choice, then that's quite alright with me. I mean, I do prefer the original, and the original is on the Diamond Edition Blu-ray, which I have. Beauty and the Beast is a classic, one of the Disney Renaissance features, and got holding a camera and trying to get this out at the same time is harder than it looks. And this also came with a little game for the kiddos. I think it's a ballroom dancing game or something. Might be laying around somewhere. I never played it, though. I think I took it out of the case or something when I was going through it. Not too sure. Yep. That's the Platinum Edition of Beauty and the Beast, and it's got some great special features on it, too. And on a personal note, I remember going to some expo sometime around the re-release of the Special Edition. I didn't even know they re-released it in IMAX, but I was looking at a flyer for Beauty and the Beast on Broadway, and it was showing scenes from the film. And one of them was this sequence here of Cogsworth and Mrs. Potts from the Human Again sequence, and I was saying to myself, I don't remember that scene from the movie. And then I saw the commercial for this, and they said a new scene. I'm like, oh, it's a new part added to the movie. Oh, okay. So that's a little personal story there. Alright, so that's the Beauty and the Beast Special Edition, the Platinum Edition. Here's Atlantis the Lost Empire. I got the 2 DVD editions of this, the 2-disc Collector's Edition and the Standard Single-Disc Edition. And this was released, I believe it was released January 29th, 2002. Sorry for that. And kind of like, the Tarzan and Emperor's New Groove DVDs, they released a single-disc edition and a 2-disc set. And Atlantis is a flawed film in terms of the story and the plot and all that. But it's got some pretty cool animation for its time, especially on the action scenes. And the characters are all great, I must say. This 2-disc collector's set I got on Disney Movie Club recently. And this is disc 1 and disc 2. A lot of great special features on this. Even though the film came out almost 10 years ago, it's still interesting to look at history and what kind of animation they had at the time. And since it was a Disney Movie Club edition, it got this new insert for, Disney Movie Rewards. I already entered that code, by the way. So yeah, Atlantis, it's not a bad movie, it's just very flawed. It's one of the weaker Disney films, but there's a lot, there's a lot going for it too. It was a very ambitious project from day one. Perhaps if they haven't cut so much out of the original concept, it would have been great. This is the single disc edition, it was released the same day, and it's got a different cover. I've had this since 2002. It was given to me as a gift or something. And it still has the commentary. It doesn't have the visual commentary, but it has just the commentary. And then we got the disc and the little insert. Oh, actually, it's a booklet. Wonder if the collector's edition came with a book like this. And, you know, scene selection. So yeah, if you haven't seen Atlantis and if you are a big Disney fan, I recommend it. I mean, all the Disney animated classics are worth watching. So yeah, that's the 2 DVDs of Atlantis right there. Lilo and Stitch, released December 3rd, 2002. This is just one disc. Unfortunately, you know, it was supposed to come out in January '03 or February, but it was pushed ahead to December and just given one disc. A 2-disc edition was released overseas, you know, over the years, and it finally came here as the Big Wave edition, complete with some deleted scenes that they should have kept the movie in. Lilo and Stitch is pretty good. One of the better post-2000 Disney films, up until, of course, when Eisner left. You know, with John Lasseter, the films had been getting better and better. You know, Meet the Robinsons, Bolt, Princess and the Frog, Tangled. This is still a pretty good film, though. Did I show the back? Yeah, I must have. Sometimes I forgot. Alright, here we got the DVD of Treasure Planet, which was released April 29th, 2003. Treasure Planet is notorious as being Disney's biggest box office disaster. Film that cost $140 million to produce, and it definitely shows. The animation was really good for its time, and it still looks pretty good today, all the CGI and all that. And it bombed. It grossed about $100 million worldwide. It was about $40 million short of the production budget. And if you add $40 million for the marketing, it's even worse. But the DVD did very well, so hopefully it was a bit of a small success for them later on. And it's a good film. I don't understand. You know why I think it flopped? I think it was barely marketed. I don't remember a single commercial for this film back in 2002. And it was also released between Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, maybe? Or yeah, it was Chamber of Secrets and Lord of the Rings: Return of the Two Towers. I mean, why'd they release it then? They crammed it between the big competition. And it's got a visual commentary. It's got lots of nice bonus features on it. It's an underrated film. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. You got a little booklet here, some promotional stuff. Interesting to see. And you got a promo for the Lion King Special Edition, which was then a big deal for Disney at the time. Coupons, Inspector Gadget too. I can only imagine why they made that. And you got the booklet and Mission Space, which was new at Walt Disney World at the time. Never been on it, though. I've been there. I've been to Walt Disney World how many times, and I've never been on Mission Space. Alright, one day I'll go on it. So that's the DVD of Treasure Planet.